Yeah, our next guest.
We have an author. We have Sherry A. Burton. 38 books. 37, 38 in
38's on the way.
Yes, yes.
So a promised 38.
Yes, and more.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So, welcome. So, this is so exciting. 38 books, or 37 books as we talked. And we're talking about, always working on another one.
Absolutely.
That is an impressive turnout.
Thank you.
What got you into becoming an author? What inspired you to say, like, I want to sit down and write a book?
I had a friend who was going through some things, and I told her I was going to write a happy ending. I have no idea why I did that. I started writing, and it was nothing about her. The voices came in and took off, and that became my first book, which is Tears of Betrayal.
Yes. Right here.
Yes.
Okay, Tears of Betrayal.
So that one. Now that's one of my romance, and I
that's a
like
happy
to
ending.
say on happy ending.
No spoilers, but
And I like to
happy
say
ending.
on that if you're like my mom, you might want to skip a page or two, but if you're like my Aunt Barb, you're going to read those pages twice.
All right, so it all averages out.
Exactly, exactly.
So, you mentioned, the voices in your head really help. I mean, most people, when they say they have voices in their head, it's a problem.
Exactly.
But, you
for
might
a
owe them some
writer-
royalties, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of your books, though, are series.
Yes,
Where
yes.
you follow the same characters, you follow some of the same situations or settings.
Correct.
So tell me about what's your longest running series?
The longest running series is going to be my Jerry McNeil series.
Okay, so that's Jerry McNeil
So
right
that's
here.
this one. They're actually novellas, but if you like a longer read, then all of these are 3 in 1. So it's 3 books in one cover. And this one here is...
Okay, I see a paranormal
Yes, it's
story,
paranormal.
and there's a pooch on the cover.
Correct.
So paranormal pooch.
Jerry is, he starts out, he's a Marine veteran, he starts out as a Pennsylvania state trooper, and he gets attached to a very unlikely partner, which is the ghost of a canine police officer.
Oh, okay.
And so when I first started writing them, I thought the dog would be one and done, but my mom's like, I like the book with the dog, and I'm like, Mom, he's not in there, She goes, yeah, you got to keep the dog. I kept the dog. My readers love the dog. So this one here is 18 books and counting.
Wow. 18, that is a lot.
18 books
and so
counting.
That's some back of the envelope live TV math. That's 6 of these big 3-in-1s, right?
Exactly, exactly.
That was very impressive for me to do that math right there.
So
You said these are widespread too. It's not just Michigan.
No, we've got people, I was talking earlier, the furthest that I know for sure is a reader had emailed me from Vilnius, Lithuania, and said, I just love your books. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's amazing to
Did
think
they
all
offer to
in
fly you
Lithuania.
out?
Not yet.
And you haven't started writing in Lithuanian?
Not yet.
Still just English?
It's still just English.
Well, I know one of the other categories of books that you write, we both share a love for history.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that. And I know we've got a local event we're going to want to talk a little bit about.
Yes. So this is my Orphan Train saga. And it is my heart series, because when I first heard about it, I had never heard of the orphan trains. And when I started talking to people, they had never heard of the orphan trains.
I imagine many of our viewers.
Okay,
they're
so
in the dark,
real
right? So,
quick,
like, what is an orphan train?
in the mid-1850s, there was over 30,000 children that lived on the streets of New York City. We're talking children as young as 4 and 5 who had to lie, cheat, steal, just do whatever it took just to survive.
There's no public schools, there's no
There was-
social services.
Exactly. No child labor laws. So they had to figure out a way to help the children. So between 1854 and 1929, they shipped over 250,000 children that most people have never heard of out west to find new homes. Some of them had good lives, some of them did not. It just depended on where they ended up.
Sure.
But we do know from history, from the a little nervous.
Oh, it's okay.
The National Orphan Train Complex in Concordia, Kansas, that at least 80% of the children that went out had better lives than had they have stayed in the city.
Well, that's pretty amazing.
And so the book,
it's something that you're able to draw from that, and that's all real history.
Correct.
And you kind of draw from that to maybe fictionalize it a little bit or condense it, or what's your process behind it?
Okay, I read a lot of stories about the actual orphan train riders because there are books out there with those in there and catalogs and stuff. So what I do is I pull from there, and just like Ezra's story, I read a story about an orphan who he was working for a vegetable vendor until the vegetable vendor's horse died. And then after that, he went to work at a department store. So I basically use his story to tell Ezra's story. And I do that with a lot of the children. And my goal with these is to show why there were so many children living on the streets. Sure. And so each book follows one character, and you'll find out why they were living on the streets or in the asylum, which is what they were called back then instead of orphanages. And then you'll follow them onto the trains and then follow them as they grow up. And I use real history. So like if you see a train wreck or a bombing in New York City or the Purple Gang, I mean, I'm sure you've heard of that. Oh, so yeah. Those are actual historic events and characters.
Can kind of influence a lot of these.
Correct.
And it's sometimes you can read a lot of historical documents. I know I have. I'm sure you have read a lot of these, and they can be kind of dry until you flesh in some of those details.
Exactly.
Because they're all real people, and you can tell a really compelling story that way.
Exactly, exactly. So it just keeps the reader turning the page. And I was awarded the Charles Loring Brace Award.
Yeah, let's point that out, right? I know we got our close-up guy. He's an expert. Let's make him earn his paycheck. That's right on there.
For the historical accuracy of the placing out program, which is what the Orphan Train program was actually called in the books.
It reminds me, I think maybe a lot of people might think of, or there's a lot of similarities to, like the British children during the Blitz, where they were, but that was just temporary. This is a
75 years, right,
yeah.
right.
And long term.
Right.
So this is something that people are really interested in, and I know you're going to be talking about this coming up in our area very soon.
Yes.
So at the Don Dodge Auditorium.
Correct.
And this is for the St. Clair County Library System. Always love to get a plug for the library, so my boss at the library is watching. It's right there. The library, it's a free event. And yes. Remind me of the date and time.
October 15th at 6 p.m. I just want to make sure I have the right time. Yeah, 6 p.m. on October 15th, yes.
So, and that's something you can register for with the library.
I'm not sure if you have to register or if you just show up.
They always like it, I think, you register,
so
but yeah,
register.
There's lots of room there for sure.
Right.
Now, one of the other things I want to talk about is you have these really cool little gift sets. So
yes.
Tell me a little bit about this.
What we did is, I say we, it's my husband and I. I write
cool
the books. He's my shipping and receiving guy.
Okay.
Thanks, Don. Anyway, so I've got 3 book sets plus swag, which just means stuff that goes with the series logo on it.
So you get the nice set with the pooch, and you get, I like this, I like the koozie here, the Jerry McNeil series koozie, and we got a pen, so.
Yeah, just little things.
Have you ever had anyone
there.
write fan fiction? That'd be
Not
neat.
Yet.
They start adding to the story.
Right.
They could do that with this pen. And it looks like a nice little, all about the dog.
All about the dog. So we got that. We have 18 book sets. You're welcome to buy those. Yes, please. And then the Orphan Train, we've also started doing those with 3 book sets, or you can do the 6 book set. So again, this one right now, we're offering a free journal because the journals is what told the stories. And also, what else do we have? With the Jerry McNeil series, we have T-shirts and cups and bags and all kinds of stuff just that goes with the series.
So obviously you take your inspiration from history. I don't know of any, like historical paranormal pooches.
Right.
Where are you getting, where do you draw your inspiration on these? Again, this goes back to the voices in the head.
That just goes back to the voices. And, I started writing them. I thought it would be one and done. And then I went ahead and said, okay, after it was Loyal, and I needed a palate cleanse because the historical fiction, that can weigh down a little bit.
That takes a lot. It's kind of heavy.
So it is. So when I was done, I was like, I need a little palate cleanse. I'm going to go ahead and write another book. And so I wrote another book and put it with the Always Faithful one. And then something crazy happened. People started reading, and they started emailing and say, hey, when's the next one coming out? Exactly. So in 2023, I ended up writing and publishing a book a month. And so, I literally, it got to where on Thanksgiving Day of 2023, I'm trying to get this all done, trying to get it done. My editor, her husband was fixing Thanksgiving dinner, and she was sitting there editing my book so that we could get it out on the timeline. So it was crazy.
You do not take the George R.R. Martin approach. You get these out, right?
Well, I tried, and I ended up, I ended up contracting Bell's palsy in March of 2023. No, 2023, I think it was. Anyway, so I ended up getting that. So I am writing a little slower now. I'm being kind to myself and,
Sure. Well,
and
it
saying,
takes a lot,
okay, I'm going to get these out when I get them out. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I've got wonderful writing voices, and I just love it.
Well, this
Just
is
love
so
it.
exciting. So tell us kind of one more time, we talked about it a little bit, but somebody wants one of these books. Like we have sold them on the idea. How do they get one?
Okay, you can go to Amazon. You can go to Barnes & Noble online, or anywhere a book is sold online, or you can go to my website, and you can get them directly from me.
And what is that website?
And so that's Sherry with a Y, Burton.com. And again, we'll ship them out. If you buy it tonight, I'll ship it out tomorrow. Actually, my husband, the shipping and receiving
There's a promise
guy.
she's making to people in the back room. That is.
So yeah, we'll get them out tomorrow if they want them. But we're pretty good with the sending them out as long as we're home, because we do different lectures. I've got a lecture coming up in Kentucky on September.
That's a pretty wide-ranging lecture.
in
So that's
September 6th. So as long as I'm home, these books are going to get out the door.
all right. Well, Sherry, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
sharing
very
these.
much.
Hopefully, you can enjoy some of these stories on your own. I look forward. I'm going to have to dive into one of these, I think.
Awesome.
So, Sherry,
Awesome.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.